Hello everyone and welcome. This is a tutorial on how to put together the PDF download that you can buy on my Etsy and Ko-fi shop, and I'll put a link in the description for you if you want to purchase it. It just shows you how to put the card together. Now if you only want to know how to do these types of cards, there is a video for it and I'll link that in the description as well. But this is about the concept card, and you get all the candle numbers, and I'm going to show you those sheets right now, so just bear with me. So you get an instruction sheet and there's pictures on there, shows you how to do it, and obviously this video will really help with that, but we'll go through it in order so that you know what you're doing. What you get are PDF downloads. So you get the element sheet, so you've got your two panels. You can see that's a whole panel of the balloons and the presents, and then the cake is on another panel, and then you've got two lots of numbers 0 to 9, so you can go up to 199 if you wanted. So you just pop them on the cake at the end. So any age you can make these for. You can just, I've got a little like beading box where I've cut out a lot of numbers and just put them into the box in individual compartments. This is the background, so this becomes the base card. So if you look at this one, this is the patterned background here, and then all of this is the open part. These are the flaps here, so they fold down. You can see that there's a black outline that you cut out all the way around. So that's the card, and then these are the panels that you're going to stick onto the front and the sides, and then you've got the stars. The only thing that my card has that yours won't is that I've put a message on the underside, so I've just used my printer to print that out, but you can put any sentiments on there. You've also got a whole panel on the back that you can mat and layer if you want to add your messages on the back. So it folds flat like this, so you can fold it into the envelope that. If you haven't got a message on the front, then you can fold it down like this, or even with that one down, and that pops inside of an envelope. Like I say, it's a 7 by 5 inch card. Just bear with me and I'll get the envelope, and you can see it just fits lovely for posting into that card. And if you don't add foam pads and dimension with the card, then it would be quite flat to post as well, depending on what country you're in, etc., on the postal charges. So that's how that happens. So you've got your instruction sheet and you've got your two element sheet. So let's get started on how to do it. So first of all, it says print and cut out the shaped card. So ta-da! This is the card shape. So that's the black line that I told you to go around on this sheet. So you're going to have these elements left over. You just cut around this black line and pop that out. So we've got this sheet, and then the next thing it tells you to do is with the large panel, so that'd be this one, on the right, score at 1.5, 5, 6.5 and 10. So we're going to do that. Obviously you can butt it up, but we're going to be coming in from an angle. So we're going to go at 1.5, not an angle, a distance. 1.5, then at 5, and you can see you're going between the lines. 6.5, and then 10. That's just this little tab, so you only need to score down the bottom of this one. You can start at the top and come down if you want. And then it tells you to turn the card portrait, and with the large printed panel at the bottom, score at 2.5 inches only up to the printed panel score mark. So what that means is you're going to put your panel down here, and I've just bent that, holding it like that one I like. So you pop your panel down the bottom end, and then at 2.5 inches you're going to score, but only up to the, you know, they made that vertical score line at 6.5. We're just going to take the 2.5 and we're just going to go all the way down to that score line and stop. Okay, that's what that means. So that's that little bit done of the scoring side of things. And then we're going to cut either side of the happy birthday banner and between the large panel and party hat, but only up to the horizontal score line. So this is the horizontal score line. So what we're going to be doing is where we've made these scores, just between the lines, there's a fold line there, and we're only going to cut up to that fold line. So you can use whatever scissors you like to use. I actually love using little tiny scissors because you can really see where you're going. Now the score mark is a lot thicker than the cut line that you're doing. So if you wanted to, you could do this at the end and not do the score line, but the score line is like a guide for where it goes, and then you just cut between them. So we're just cutting between the panel and the birthday hat, like it said, and between the happy birthday and the party blower. So we're just following the instructions on how to put it together. So that's those done. That's that little section done. And then we are here, fold all the score lines and open back up. So this is just to get them going. We just fold them around, and then the tab one as well. Fold these ones down or back, it doesn't really matter. And then open it all back up again. It's just to get it going, so to speak. Then what we're going to do is on the second sheet, cut out all the elements, score the rectangle base of the large panels vertically 1/2 inch from each end. So that's number 5. So what that means is we're going to cut out all the elements, which I've done. So I've cut out all of these elements, that's that sheet, and these are the large panels that we're going to score vertically 1/2 inch in from each end. So I'm just going to grab those. Obviously I've pre-cut them, or we don't want to be sitting here cutting, that would be quite boring for you. So we turn them over, you can do it on the back, and at 1/2 inch from that end we score it, and then 1/2 inch from that end, so it's at 1/2 and 4. Turn them over because then you can butt the line up to the top, make it straight. So we've got those scored now, so that's that section. And then we're on to number 6. So it doesn't take long, does it? Once you've cut it out, it goes together pretty quick. So fold the left side tabs backwards using, oh yeah, well we'll do that first. Fold the left tabs backwards. So the left side tabs go backwards, left side backwards. Using the balloons and presents panel, glue the tab to the panel next to the background panel. Do the same for the birthday cake panel. So this is stacking it up now into the card. And I've designed it because you've got 1.5 inches here. You've got 3 panels including this tab, so they all fit in perfectly. So we're going to take some glue. I like to use wet glue because you have that little bit of wriggle time. Probably shouldn't do it on my scoreboard just in case I get glue on it, because I'm going to need it soon enough. So this panel, I know that this card is going to come round, so I'm just going to reinforce all of my scores to go around like that, so they go like that. So fold it back, pop on some glue, please work. So just going to coat the whole panel with some glue, and it does adhere and fix a lot quicker if you smear it out. Not got such a big blob to wait for. And then it says up to the panel, so where this score line is, that score line's got to move, so you don't want to be sticking that on top of it. So I like to put it down to the bottom, so you've got a little bit of a gap then at the top. So just do that and smudge it down. So what we've got there is, this is the panel score. We're not on that score because the card needs to move, and if it was on that score it would prevent that fold from coming over. So you're just putting that panel like that up against that side. Okay, and this is how all of my, I'm going to do a lot of these cards. It's going to be a big range. I've done daffodils. This is the birthday presents or happy birthday card. I'll be doing Christmas and all sorts. Then the cake panel, so this is bent backwards as well. Once you've got it, you're good to go and make as many as you want, obviously. Just not, you can, if you're making them you can sell them, but obviously you can't sell the artwork, and also like if you've already bought it you can't give it to friends and things like that. They need to buy it if you're doing classes. I don't mind you doing classes, but you know, buy a couple or something, you know, otherwise it's not really, I don't know, fair is not the right word, but I think you know what I mean. Not cricket. So that's the second panel in. So that's what that section said. So let's get my instruction sheet. I know how to make it, but I've got to read it, so I want to be doing it like if you were doing it at home. So fold the left side up over here. Do the same for the birthday cake panel. Done. Number 7, keeping the right hand side of the tabs on the panels folded forward, fold the edge tab forward of the large panel. Fold all tabs flat add glue to all 3 tabs, then fold the card in half. And there are instructions on here. You can see it's got the pictures, little arrows of the tabs being folded forward. Then we're getting to this bit now where we're going to fold all 3 in and then literally close the card in half. So we're so close to being done. So by forward, these need to come forward, this needs to come forward, and then finally this one needs to come forward. So you've got all of your 3 tabs now facing forward. Halfway of the card is going to be there. So you're basically, and you can make sure that you can reinforce your scores, like lay it down, so you know where they're all going to go. And then you've got these 3 tabs, and this is a really easy way of putting these cards together by doing it this way. So you're just going to do all 3 in one go, one hit. So plenty of glue. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Should smear it, but time and all. So I'll say that at the time, if I smear it, it goes quicker. So we're folding it in half. So we're going to fold it at that next score line that's available, which is halfway. And we're just going to hold those down, make sure they're all forward, make sure the bottom is level, okay, and then just squash that down. Now we can let that sit, and it's good idea, you can put your panels on first, but you might end up with like little indents where you're pushing down on that score, so it's always nice to add the panels afterwards. Next, cut out the striped panels, that's what I was just talking about, and add to the bottom, front and 2 sides. Fold down the flaps. So what we're going to do now is add these, all these bits and pieces here. So you've got 3 panels. Now it's up to you if you want to have the yellow at the top, blue at the bottom, or run the other way, but I like to have them all symmetrical, so I'll make sure they're all run the same way. I like to add the middle one first, and then I know where I'm going on distance, because the middle one's the one you're going to see the most of at the front of the card. So just add glue all the way to the edges. I'm not going to smear this for time. I'm just going to pop that on there, like so. Make sure it's in the middle, and you can open your card to have a look and see if you think it's nice and central. I can't really see because I've not got it aimed at me, I've got it more aimed at the camera, if you know what I mean. Set back a little bit. So that one's in, and then we'll do this one. It comes together really quick once you've done the cutting out, so you can sit in front of the TV of an evening and do the cutting out, or whatever you like to do. If the weather's nice, sit outside in the shade and get burnt. So that's one panel, and then I like to fold it over the other way, reinforce the creases while it's there before we put that panel on, and then got the blue at the bottom. And just pop that one on there like so. That one goes on there like that. There we go. Now we're on to the next bit. Cut out the stars and streamers and glue with a foam pad to the rear panel. Add 1 star to the top of an acetate strip. Glue the bottom of the acetate strip to the back of the front panel. Cut out the desired number candles and add to the back of the cake. Now I have given you extra stars, and I think they look nice. If you can have a sentiment there, you can have something on the underside. So I've just given you like a couple of extra red and yellow ones, so we just pop those on. It doesn't say that in the instructions because they are extras for the undersides of the panels. If you were decorating and you were sending the card with it like this, which is how I'll send mine, so it's more of a secret, if you like. It's just nice to have something on those panels, because then they see the message straight away if you're putting a message on the front. If you're doing it on the back, it's not so important. You can have the flaps folded down, ready to go. And then we put that one on that side. So we've got our stars in place. Like I say, that's not in instructions because it's a choice. Just a little extra, and then it said fold the flaps down. So you've literally made your card. Now it's decorating the streamers and the stars. So with the streamers and the stars, what I've done is I've given you 2 green, 2 blue and a red. Okay, and they're nice and thin, and I wanted them to be thin because I'm not going to glue them down. They're just getting glued to the back of the stars. So I need to make sure I've got the right colour stars actually. So let's get a pokey tool so I can pick these up. So with the blue one, now what I like to do, and there is a picture on there, you'll see that I've put here, just put them together and then add the star on the top. So I've got them going the same way. Now you can have them going like that, or you can have them going like that. I like them going the same way. So all I do is just put a bit of glue at the top of one. You only need a little bit because it's only a little piece. And then you can have these as wide as you like. And then put a bit of glue on the middle, the star at the back. I'm going to get my mat filthy, aren't I? I need to pick them up. Do it in the air. And then we just pop our star, glue that in place. Just going to turn that over so it doesn't get the mat wet, but I've just put it onto the back like that randomly. There we go. So that's that one. Then we're going to do the green. Same thing. So it's up to you, like I say, how you want your streamers to run. These will be too long, so you can either cut one in half or just cut the bottoms off like I'm going to do and save them for another project if you want. So there's the green. You don't see so much of the green because I'm going to put that one down low, and I'll show you why in a minute. Because it's nice to feel the areas that are not being seen. So just pop them on the back. Again, I'll put this one upside down over here. I didn't put that one upside down. Practice what you preach. This one is entirely up to you. This is the one we're talking about, the acetate. So I've only given you half a strip because there's not very much. I didn't bother on mine, but I think I will on this one just to show you the full effect. So again, just pop. See, I've done that around the wrong way. Oh, it might be because I've cut it in half, so it's in a different position, but that's fine. So we'll glue it, go down like so. Oh, that's okay. And we'll glue that onto the back of the star. I'm doing it all back around the wrong way. Need the glue on the front, back of the star, front of the streamers. Like so. So that's our final star done. Now this one's going on to acetate. So I'm just going to get a bit of acetate, and it's only going at the front, so you don't need it to be very big. What I like to do with my acetate strips is put a little bit of tape across the top, depends on how much you're going to use really. This is be okay for another project. Now this is literally going to go only the depth of the box, so it doesn't need to be very big at all. So I'll just put some tape here at the bottom in a couple of places just to hold it steady. Might be too low, we'll see. And then what you can do then is just cut a strip from there, and you don't have to make tiny little bits of acetate. So actually we'll go quite slim on this. There we go. So you've got your strip with your already cut, pre-cut two sides, and drop it. So we put the star on the top one. So we'll do that now. Just pop that on the top one. And then keeping the streamers out of the way, which might be easier said than done. I'm just going to make this, could well be a little bit too long. Just snip that off at the what do you call it? The tape. What's wrong with me? So I need to keep it. Well, it doesn't matter if they're on there actually, because they're going to be down the bottom. So I'm not going to worry about it. So this one. So as you can see, you start seeing where there's gaps. So there's a gap here, there's a gap here, and there's a gap there. So I want to put on this front panel, because there's nothing on this front panel. So I'll put the star with its streamers, and I'm going to have it above and slightly above. And the reason being, when you close the card, make sure as well that this doesn't hang over the edge. If that hangs over the edge, it won't fit in the envelope. So you want it to be up so that the mechanism of this doesn't crush the star points. Make sure it's in from the edge, and then just give it a squash and it will be on there, because you put the tape on the front of the acetate. So that's one star in. Then we're going to do another one. We'll do the blue one, because I like the colour blue here and the green here, because they're more, you know, there's a blue here or blue balloon here, so you don't need the blue there, but it's nice to bring the blue in up there, if you know what I mean. Because I know what I mean. So that's good. Just put the glue top on because it's hot and I don't want the glue to set. So just take a foam pad, use foam tape. You don't have to do dimension on this, you can glue this flat if you like. It might be a bit big, but never mind, we'll go with. So just using a foam pad. So what I'm going to do is feed the streamers down the back there. Okay, so they're going right down the back panel, and then I'm going to put that star right in the top corner but not overhanging the edges, because like I say, it just fits in a 7x5 envelope, so you don't want any overhangs. So we've got a blue star there, and you can see we've got some dimension now, and then we've got our lovely green one's going to go there. So again, I'm going to use a foam tape to give it some dimension. Just don't know if that one's too big, so we'll take that off. Always leave your foam tape on carrier sheets. Don't take it off and cut it. So this one, it gets stuck to your scissors. That's what I should explain why I said that. So we're going to pop those down the back as well, and then see where we want that star to go, where it looks good. I quite like it. Oh, make sure it's not overhanging. There we go. Can't see because my camera's in the way. So just squash that down there, so we've got our stars there, and you can see this one's streamers were too long. That's what I'm saying, you could cut it in half. So I'm just going to go in, definitely underneath there, and snip those off. And now you can see, nearly done. So the final thing, cut out the desired number candles and add to the back of the cake. So this is where you can go from 0 to 100 and, well, as you can do more than 199, can't you? You can do 899. There's not 3 9s unless you cut it twice, but you could do 1,000, it goes on. So whatever fits on the cake and the age. If anyone you know is 1,000 years old, then please let me know and I'll send them a really special card. Because that's some achievement. Right, so on the front, it's up to you, okay? If you put it on the front of the cake, I've coloured the same colour, but I don't really like having that tab showing. So I've designed it so that you can put the numbers, like I've chopped the sides of the curve off of the brown tab so that it won't interfere with the background. So there's only one number going on here, it's a number 8, and that's going to be because it's for my grandson. I thought while I'm doing this video I might as well make a card for someone. And my grandson's 8 in July. So here we go, number 8. So you can see, you can do any numbers you want. You've got a lot on there. These are all the numbers. You've got a lot of numbers. Bring them in so you can see them. And there you go. So we've got that fold down. I'm going to print a message and add it to the front there. You've got your card. You just fold down, like I say, to pack it into the envelope. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and get making, have fun. See you again real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.